Welcome, guys, to another Sunday coffee talk with SoFlo Cards and Collectibles. As always, I'm here. My name is RJ.
And I'm Danny.
And Danny's here with us, too. Yeah. We're always here on Sundays, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on YouTube. We talk the week's hobby news and stuff going on and what's coming up next week and future events. What's the chisme all about, as they would say down south?
Chisme.
Give me the chisme. So, guys, like I said, you can join us here every Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. Down below is a little thumbs up button. If you hit it, you'll like the video. Please do that if you enjoy these little live streams that we do to catch up with everybody. We try to have as much fun as possible. Below that also is next to that is a subscribe button.
Yeah.
And if you click that, and then you click that little bell, you'll be notified every time we go live and post new videos. We are working on new videos. They should be coming soon. We have an interesting one where we're going to be breaking open. We think we have 2 cards in one product. So
yeah,
we got a Heritage, Topps Heritage auto that seems to have 2 cards in the same magnetic holder. So we're going to do that one soon. In our description, Danny, there should be a link to our link tree, right?
Our link tree. There you'll find link to our Instagram where we have daily posts. We got memes and stuff, and we also updates for any shows that we're going to be at. Also, links to our eBay store and our ComC store, guys. We have the lowest prices on these websites, and we make sure of it. So go check them out, man. We got lots of good stuff. The best deals around.
Yeah, guys, if you're looking for, we mostly talk sports cards on here, but if you guys are looking for the best deals on Magic the Gathering cards,
they're flying off the shelves.
Yeah, do not hesitate. Visit our eBay page. As you can see, here it is. We've got the best prices. We just added these Orcish Bowmasters. You can't find prices this cheap. So if you want one of the sickest cards in Magic the Gathering right now for the lowest price on eBay, come to our...
Yeah, got to check it out. SoFlo Cards Collect.
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of cool stuff. We've got the Jared Kelenic, Trey Lance. He was just traded to the Cowboys. Goodbye, Will Greer. The Gabriel Moreno Black Auto Prospect, Rated Prospect, Wowza, CSG 1010, Jeez Louise. So come check out the page, guys. We've got plenty of stuff going on. We even have the 1-of-1 Kanye West.
That's right. It's still up.
Still up.
For $5,000. Can you believe it? That's the best price anywhere.
Look at that.
It's beautiful.
All right. Well, I guess we should get into it. Wait. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait.
When you're on our link tree, make sure you go to our Instagram. Give us a follow there. When we hit 2,000, we're doing a giveaway.
Right. That's right.
We're going to give away a blaster box of 2022 Allen and Ginter. We think that's a product everyone can enjoy. We like it a lot. It's got sports, athletes, non-athletes, like musicians, TV people,
sandwiches.
YouTube. It's got everything.
It's got sandwiches.
Yeah, sandwich inserts. Exactly. There's inserts with recipes.
Oh, yeah. It's fun.
So we know it's not just sports guys that watch this. So we wanted to do a product that's fun for everybody. And
exactly.
We have weighed the box, and it was heavier than the others.
That's right. We saved the heavier box for you guys. So there may be something a little...
Maybe a framed patch.
Who knows what it could possibly be?
Oh, who knows? Yeah, so give us a follow there, guys. It's easy. Just give us a follow. We post daily. We've got a bunch of cool stuff going on. I posted the cool Shohei cards that I have.
Showtime.
Yeah, I like Keith Shore. He's one of my favorite modern artists.
That's a good one.
And then I also posted the Shohei Gundam.
Yeah, you're a big Gundam guy.
So that's really cool card for me.
Gundam Wing, right? Because it has wings.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is probably more based off of Gundam Wing design,
Right.
but he's wearing the older 70s
Gundam suit, whatever.
suit.
The helmet and all that. That's cool, man.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get into what we're talking about today.
First topic.
Yeah, I believe I sent you the video.
Yep, let's go on.
That AIH did. Apparently, now Fanatics has hired the ex-head of the Chicago branch of the FBI.
Right. So we have a former FBI agent involved in Fanatics now, right? Running things at Fanatics.
Right. And so AIH Sports, if you guys don't follow him on YouTube or Instagram, you definitely should. He's one of the actual hobby watchdogs that does real journalist work, journalism. And yeah, so Danny, you should start it at around 3:19. We're going to see this clip where... What?
I got it there already.
And we'll see where Jeff Wilson kind of talks about this. So let me know when you play it, dude. Ready?
Yeah, you want to count it?
Yeah, I'll count it. 3, 2, 1, press.
And what Jeff Wilson was telling Cage is that one of the reasons why they hired this guy was to make sure that product isn't tampered with.
Who was high up in the FBI, who was just hired by Fanatics and Topps specifically for integrity monitoring. And one of his duties was to monitor and ensure the fair distribution of product, and that none of it was tampered with, and that nobody was getting preferential, loaded boxes or anything of that sort. They literally hired an FBI agent, a senior FBI agent, to head that up. So I don't think they're messing around.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I don't believe that at all. The reason why I don't believe that at all.
So I'm with Raul.
Me too, dude. Paused it.
I don't believe that at all. I don't think they hired a guy to make sure there's no loaded boxes.
They hired a high-ranking FBI guy just to make sure that your trading cards are not messed with, guys. That's how much they care.
Right. So let's see what AIH has to say. Let's see.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
The box
Ready?
that
Yeah. Go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Has opened. It just seems very odd how she has pulled in the past a lot of these hits that the average guy and gal cannot get. Could it be a coincidence? Sure. But I just don't believe that they're doing Fanatics, in my opinion. I don't think they're doing a thorough job in terms of these loaded boxes, right? A lot of people talking about how Mama Breaks gets these hits or has gotten these hits. I'm going to do a video in the next week or two showing that the numbers don't add up, in my opinion. And also, I think they hired this FBI guy to make sure that obviously there isn't too much fraud going on, just to cut it down. They're going to go public, Fanatics, right? And they need someone in the collectibles division where there's a lot of hanky-panky going on. And in regards to the PWCC acquisition, they got Brent on board for a while, but they got rid of him. I believe the FBI guy told them to get rid of this dude. And, that guy Brent did a lot of hanky-panky. Literally and figuratively, from my understanding.
Awesome.
Okay.
It's just quite...
Wait. Hold on. What is literal hanky-panky? I must know.
So AIH is popular. He popularized hanky-panky. That's his term for the hobby. So hanky-panky is where something doesn't seem right, whether it's like shill bidding or people getting loaded boxes. That's hanky-panky. But that's all suspect. But when you have literal hanky-panky, it means it's been proven that you were shill bidding. So in the case of PWCC, there was actual shill bidding going on that platform through PWCC, the company.
Gotcha. Okay. I see.
So what he's saying is that this FBI guy wasn't hired to check the product.
Right.
He was hired to make sure nothing sketchy is going on. So when Fanatic goes public, they can be tried and
Yeah,
true.
yeah. They're protecting themselves, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of curious as to what the position that the FBI guy was hired for. Like, what's his title at the company? Is he like quality assurance or something?
I think he is.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool and all, because the FBI has never done anything sketchy before, so automatically
right, and
trustworthy.
it's more for like vetting the people who work there to make sure that I believe stuff like what happened at Topps, where a bunch of the numbered cards of certain players were just stolen and now they're not in the set at all.
Right. Here's kind of what I imagine. It's like they brought him in. He's a former FBI interrogator. he like one by one sits down with all the employees and he's like grilling them like, okay, have you ever stolen anything ever?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably what's going on. And like,
what do you know about
like
the numbered cards?
Raul just said, is with PWCC, they acquired them. They had the CEO on for like 2 months, and then they let him go because he's just totally sketchy.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of cool. You hire an FBI guy to weed out the undesirables, I guess you could call them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a smart move. I'm actually kind of on Fanatics' side, and I'm really hoping to see them do the right thing. So
it seems like they're trying, and they did something pretty cool with they had this thing where if you're one of the owners of a green Bowman Chrome Wembanyama auto, they're doing this event where you are going to be invited, and it's like only a certain number of people who own them are invited to this event where they're going to do a raffle kind of thing for the first card he ever signed, and it's interesting. So Fanatics is trying to do the right stuff, I think.
Well, that's the thing is you got the new company coming in and showing the old companies how it's done because they got lazy, Well, they bought one and they're showing the others how it's done.
Yeah.
But it's good, though. It was the direction it was going. It was kind of inevitable. You know what I mean? And Fanatics has the capital to dominate. So, I don't know.
And people also,
positive.
dude, they're also like, whoa, well, aren't they have a monopoly on this? Yeah, but they were saying the same thing in the early 2000s when Fanatics was buying Don Russ, when they were buying Score, when they were buying all of these smaller card companies and putting them under Fanatic.
Right.
So, like, it used to be Don Russ was the company who made the cards, but now it's Panini Don Russ.
Right.
Exactly. And it's similar with Topps. Like, Topps owns Allen and Ginter. Allen and Ginter used to be its own thing. Company.
Yeah. And they got bought out. And that's just how business works. You know what I mean? And you know what'll happen is another company with enough capital will start up and start doing trading cards. Because that's another thing too, is it's like there's not only just sports cards. There's cards for everything. So it's just a lot of people only focus on sports. And so they think, oh, they're running sports. And it's like, well, there's other stuff too that they don't own.
Right. So, for example, like, Topps owns Star Wars.
Right. Yeah, they have the rights to Star Wars.
They have, and that's a very big card market.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess
Upper Deck owns Marvel.
Right. Upper Deck has Marvel, right? I mean, I guess Fanatics owns the rights to Star Wars now.
Yeah, Fanatics does, yeah. So we'll see what goes on with that. I think it's kind of a good thing, but I don't think it has anything to do with loaded boxes. That's not why the guy was hired.
No,
it's not to help out the consumer. Let's not be crazy.
He's a glorified HR employee. Yeah,
exactly.
Which is, I mean, that's okay, man. You don't. you undermine the faith in the hobby by allowing your employees to, you know, engage in nepotism.
Right.
So
Now we'll move on, dude. We'll
Yeah.
move on. Let's go to the Brian Gray. I sent you the
picture.
the Brian Gray article. Did I send that to you?
I don't think you did. Let me double check.
Here, I'll share my. So, speaking of movement in the industry, Brian Gray is leaving as CEO of Leaf Trading Cards. Now, Brian Gray is this guy who in the 2000s started his own card company called Razor. And he got a lot of like good prospects and stuff to sign for him.
Okay.
And so he used that and bought Leaf Trading Cards and turned it into the Leaf that we know today with all of these non-sports. Well, non-official, like
Okay. Yeah.
for sports, you can still get autos.
They don't have the branding, is what it is. They
don't have the branding.
They have
right.
non-branded trading cards. Yeah.
Right. And they also do Pop Century with the celebrities. They do
Right.
the
They do
decisions of the
decision,
politics,
all the bench warmer stuff. Yeah.
bench warmers. Yeah. So he said he's stepping down. He says, "This has been a very long race. For the first time within the past year, I am tired. I need to create margin in my life to focus on health, family, and all the things I love about life that were regulated to the back burner over these 3 decades. Fortunately, the perfect person has been found to take the reins that will allow me to transition from this role." So, yeah, I mean, he got it to where he's going. He was a hard worker. See, prior to that, Gray was this CEO of Razor Entertainment. They made trading cards. So, I think Leaf's on the right track. I think they're doing the right thing. You can get really cool autos for not a lot of money because they're not branded, and but they're still legit.
Yeah, and this all seems very positive, right? This seems like it's being handled very well. It's not like him jumping ship or anything like that. It kind of seems like he's legit retiring. Yeah,
yep, and all of the and yeah, I think that's right, dude. Is he's not jumping ship. He's
gracefully
retiring.
he's gracefully exiting. And you know what? I think you're seeing this. It's like, listen, dude, if Leaf can maintain a market, Panini has no excuse, because Leaf is like lesser known. You know what I mean? If they're able to maintain and keep their own thing going, that means Panini, you're doing something wrong. That's just what comes to mind.
People kind of hate on Leaf. Oh, I'd never buy a Leaf auto, blah, blah. I buy Leaf autos. I don't care so much about the branding. I like to have the athlete's signature.
Right. It's how the card looks and who is on it.
Right.
Right. I mean, my Kanye West is Leaf. Just saying. Kanye 1 of 1 is Leaf. Yeah. So
and I believe that's the only set you can I mean, he's in Pop Century.
Yeah, right. He's also in Pop Century, but so that makes it even more unique because it's like a crossover card. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's good for them, and I like Leaf, dude, because like I said, they have all of their patches are game used, and they're known for having like the 7-8 players on one card with the different patches, and
that's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah, they have some cool cards, and they use the same printing factory for their stuff as like National Treasures and Flawless. Like if you look at a Panini Flawless card, it's very much printed in the same factory that Leafs cards are printed. So you're getting high quality cards.
Yeah, you're getting high quality cards, but what you're not finding is Topps cards in your in your Leaf packs.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll show a card. Hold on. I'll give it to you.
All right. I think he's going to grab a Leaf card that he has in his collection there. I'm not sure what it is, though. So we'll see. We'll see if we can
so I'll
find
give
it.
you some examples.
Okay, let's see them.
So here's a Leaf in the game used out of 45.
Okay.
All game used.
So cool. That card looks
Patrick.
great, dude. I
But
love it.
let me read you who's on this card, dude.
Let's hear it.
Troy Aikman, Scottie Pippen, Derek Jeter, Sidney Crosby, Larry Holmes, Dwayne Wade, Tony Gwynn, and Mark Messier.
It's
These are
all over the
huge
place.
Legends.
Yeah. You know, how often do you see sports crossovers on cards?
Exactly.
And it's like, you know, I get the feeling that some people will be like, oh, I don't like that. And it's like, why?
Yeah, and here's another one.
Okay.
Tim Duncan, Vince Carter, Steve Francis, and Pau Gasol. All game used.
Awesome. That card looks great. They all look good. It's out of 25 even.
And then I have the number 1 out of 9, Dwayne Wade.
Nice.
Relic.
You didn't show me that one. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think you were there. I got this at the Apopka show
Oh, did you? I don't remember. So many
a
cards.
while ago. So that's why it's good.
awesome.
And these cards don't break the bank. Like, that's what's good about it.
Mm-hmm.
You can have something really cool and not be poor. Thank you, Leaf.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
All right, so
Very
we'll
affordable.
move on from there. Thank you for your time, Brian Gray. Good stuff.
Appreciate it, bro.
Now, I sent you the link for Hobby Slam, dude. Let's move on and talk Hobby Slam.
The picture, you mean?
No, the website.
Let me double check. I got the video we watched. I got the Brian Gray, and you sent me a picture from Hobby Slam. You didn't send me a link. There we go. All right, cool. Got it. Let me pull it up here. All right. Cut over there.
All right, so this is the second year for Hobby Slam. It's supposed to be the huge event.
This
in
is the big
Miami,
one.
or
The big
the
one.
big card. Yeah, the big card show in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
They boast having over 200 tables, 250 tables.
It's a lot of tables.
And it was 2 days. It was yesterday and today.
Mm-hmm. We couldn't make it, unfortunately, but
Yes.
that's okay.
Now, for 1 day, it's $10. For 2 days, it's $15. And if you want VIP early admission for 2 days, $40. And if you want all access VIP for the whole weekend, it's $70. And all access gets you in early at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and you get first dibs on the best items and best deals and a gift bag.
Okay. So, well, I got to know what each level gets you. What is just regular old VIP?
Early admission.
And then the other one, you get a gift bag and all that. Okay. I see. What's in the gift
Now-
bag?
I don't know. They don't say. Now, if you want a vendor standard location without electricity, it's $200.
Okay.
If you want a vendor premium, it's $300, and vendor random assignment without electricity is $175.
Is that per day?
That's for both days.
That's for both days. Okay.
It's a little pricey.
Mm-hmm. It's up there. And that's for one table. Yeah.
Now this is the second one, so they do have some good sponsors. They've got Loop involved, which is the big,
Cool.
It's like Miami's version of Whatnot.
Right. Live auctions.
Yeah. And it's also a huge card store in Miami too, so it's both.
Mm-hmm.
And they have Slab Strong, which makes those rubber cases to put around your slabs.
Your slab sleeves now, yeah. You gotta accessorize your slabs.
And then they've got some other guys that I'm not sure of who they are. Now, big event. I've heard mixed things from yesterday. Some people messaged me and told, because I had asked them to, they said mixed things.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing they said is, yeah, there are over 250 tables,
Yes,
but not all of them are full. Danny, pull up, and I'm sorry to do this, big C7 cards. But this was the only way I could find a map of the Hobby Slam layout. Why don't you pull that up,
Yep,
Danny?
we got it on screen right now. Free giveaway. Okay, so if you look in the background here behind the guy, these are all the tables in the layout for the show. And what you'll see is that some of the tables are orange. Right? RJ, what does an orange table mean? Does that mean it's taken?
No.
No? Or is it just the
orange
logos?
I think orange has to do with the section as to where it is. Because you'll see that there are orange ones, and then there are green ones around the perimeter.
Okay.
So I'm thinking orange has to do with like...
Maybe it's power and not power.
Right.
Okay.
Premium vendor.
So you'll also see that some of them have logos over them. And some of them, a lot of them do not. And what that means...
The ones with logos are the ones that are taken. The ones with numbers are not.
I see a lot of numbers there, RJ.
I do too. Now, apparently, they had to go to a bigger venue because they couldn't fit everybody last time. But I heard last time there were also empty tables.
Similar situation. Yes, I heard the same.
Now, I'm rooting for these guys. I hope they can put on a great show and it goes well today. From what I heard about yesterday is that I heard really mixed things. I had a few people tell me they had really good deals and were able to work stuff. And I've heard that from others it was a total
wash
show.
Yeah. Well, part of that is the people at the show. It's not always the show's fault. But then again, it's also who they're inviting. But I don't know. I think they were a little too gung-ho, maybe. I mean, it's
possible.
It's tough, man. It's tough when you want to get big quick because quick growth is so appealing, but it's also like one of the riskiest things to do with your business. So it's like, this is your second year and you wanted to like double the size of your venue, but you didn't fill it last year. And it's like, well, of course you have all these available tables. Did you really think that your second year that you guys were going to blow up?
Yeah. And I also think too, is that, it is so far south in Miami that for anybody who lives in Broward, which is the county just north of Miami-Dade, it's still an hour and a half drive basically to get there.
See, that's the thing, because there's nothing south of Miami. It goes Miami and then there's the Keys, and that's that. So nobody's coming up from the Keys to these shows. Maybe a couple people, but
I know one guy.
Yeah. There you go. So, and here's another thing.
One guy in the Keys.
Here's a little secret for you non-Florida people. So pretty much everybody north of Miami hates driving south to Miami. Nobody likes driving to Miami if they don't live there because the traffic is horrendous. I mean, your car might get broken into. Nobody wants to go to Miami. It's just super inconvenient. It's never a good time. You're always angry while you're there. So you shot yourself in the foot kind of, especially at the south end of it,
Right. And I get that Miami is supposed to be this magic city upcoming. They like to think of it as the way of the future. And this is where I'm sorry, but if you're going to have a big event and you want people to come to it, you should probably do it in Palm Beach.
Right. Central. You want to be centralized. You want to kind of be in the median distance for the most amount of people.
You want people from Orlando to only have to drive 2 hours.
Right. Now,
instead of 5.
Right. The only way you could get away with that is if you already have a lot of clout, dude. If you're like Comic-Con, you can get away with going to South Miami. People will come to Comic-Con. If it's your second year Hobby Slam, I mean, I'm not saying you're not going to have anybody there, but you would definitely bump those numbers. You know what? I'll say this. I think if they had the same size venue in West Palm, that they would not nearly have as many empty tables.
Yeah, I think so. Because you could get people from the Treasure Coast. You can get people from like the center part of the state coming in. And yeah, like I said, instead of it being 5 hours for someone in Melbourne,
right,
it's now a 2-hour drive. That's the kind of thing that would, and I'm not ragging on them because I want them to be successful. I want the hobby to grow in Florida and in South Florida. But yeah, having it at the Miami airport hotel is not gonna cut it.
Yeah, no, it's an observation, right?
Yeah. So, and you know, we've met those guys, and they seem like nice dudes, and they're excited, and they do all the right stuff. So I hope like next year for them, it maybe is a little bit better, and they can fill out these tables, and maybe if they keep it in the same venue, that will help because they changed venues. And
that's another thing too, is consistency. If you go to the same spot, but let's take this into consideration too, is these dudes, they're young. These are young guys, right?
Yeah.
They're in their 20s, early 20s or something like that, mid 20s. And this is like their second time organizing an event, right? So you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna, overdo it. You're gonna underdo it. So I mean, it's a learning process too. So this is a trial by fire style of learning it.
And the other thing is too, man, is like when I see if you go back to the website, if I see the general admission price and then I see what you're charging for tables, I'm not convinced that my $10 is worth it.
That's true.
There's no panels.
Oh, right. That's a really good point. Yeah, there's no actual events.
What am I paying $10 for?
Access. So you're paying $10 to spend money there.
Right.
And that's a concept that, it's a business thing, dude. And when you're young, you think you got all the answers, but no, it's like these concepts. You gotta, if you're paying to get in, you gotta give them something. There's got to be a guest they can meet to get autographs. There's got to be a panel or something, But no, it's just a big vendor room. So you're paying money so you can pay money. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that that idea.
And like if you scroll all the way to the bottom, they lay it out to you. Hobby Slam, the dates, Saturday, this happens here. At this time, this happens at this time. No panels, no signings. You're just paying $10 to go spend money, which is $10 less that can go towards the vendors who go there.
Exactly. So you're taking away from your vendors. And then you're also, when I see that, what I see is we dumped a lot of money into this and we're doing everything we can to recoup it. So we're passing on the cost to you.
Right. Because exactly.
We bought we're at the DoubleTree at the Miami airport. And I mean, I'm pretty certain that they lost money on this. It looks like, I mean, I guess attendance matters, right? So if you have enough people coming in, you can make up for it. But with that many empty tables for as much as you're charging, I mean, I don't know how much they spent to rent it. Maybe they got a friend or something, but I can imagine that they're probably in the red.
Yeah, with that many tables showing on this map here, I mean, I would say it's almost half of them are not filled.
Yep, and because it also wasn't made public, kind of.
Right, like, this was the only way I could see the map,
Mm-hmm.
was from this one reel.
Of a guy, and he's not involved in Hobby Slam, right? He's one of the
He is
vendors.
kind of. He is kind of.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, if you look at this map, right behind his left shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
you can see that they sold an entire section to one group.
Do you know who it is by any chance?
I don't, but
Okay.
but that's my thing, is like, that's not necessarily good either.
Yeah.
Like, for you to be able to sell a whole square section of tables,
That means there's no competition. There's nobody vying for
Right.
tables. Yeah.
right?
Like even Backyard Breaks has an entire end of a section.
Yep.
Hmm.
And that I'm not a big fan of. I mean, I know I understand that like people like Pull Wax are from Miami,
Mm-hmm.
and the cognitive or whatever they're called, the C with the purple, the little triangle there.
Yeah, right here.
But Backyard Breaks though, my understanding is they're from Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
But I mean, considering that they pull every like $1 million card, it's not
it's
not a expensive trip for them. So I'm surprised
they're
that
involved in hanky panky.
yeah, the hanky pank boys. I'm surprised they didn't just buy a whole section.
Yeah.
Seems like something they would do, but so it's not looking great. It's not looking
Right.
great. One thing that especially is, we get tables and stuff. When you go to a show and you see a lot of empty tables, that makes you not want to get a table most of the time. It's not like a thing like, oh, look at all this available space, I could get in here. It's more like, well, why is there so much available space? That probably means that I won't do any business. And that's the impression that vendors get.
Exactly.
Yeah, it makes them timid.
Yeah, and for $300 for a premium location
That's
without electricity, that's high, dude.
that's clout stuff. That's clout swinging. It's
That's
like
one table for $150 for one day.
right. Exactly.
Most shows we've done were like 75 for two tables for one day.
Exactly. And free admission.
What?
And free admission.
And free admission for the people, yeah.
Right. So, yeah, that's the thing. It's like you're trying to go too big too quick. That's what I think.
Yeah.
This is how you crash and burn, honestly, because you're going to wind up eventually losing so much money because you overestimated your turnout that you're not going to be able to do it again. Either that or you're going to have to go to a really tiny venue and cut down substantially, which doesn't look good either. So
Exactly. Yeah, maybe add like how can I like we were saying, maybe add a panel.
Simple. Do a Q&A.
I did find the map.
Oh.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
Weird. I had to really click in some weird places to find the
You had to click it really hard.
No, I had to click like other shows.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'll send you them.
Oh, here we go. Okay, let me open that in here, we'll get a nice clear look at it now. There we go. All right, so Miller Time.
Not sure.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
That's what's weird, dude, is like I think the orange ones are the premium.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, Backyard Breaks is there, so Loop.
And then the green ones are the regular.
Yeah.
But look, there's no standard sellers.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
No one on the outskirts,
Yeah, these are all like social media personalities and groups and stuff like that. That's right. No little guys. But yeah, so back to the panel idea really quick though. It's like, look, you got grading company there. You got SGC. You got Backyard Breaks, easily one of the most popular guys, despite Hanky Panky, right? Mm-hmm. People like them. You got Loop. You got all these big names. It's like, do a simple Q&A for like 30 minutes even. Have a stage area. People got questions. They want to talk to these people. Cut them a break on their tables or something like that so they get something for doing the Q&A. But there you go. Now you bring in an audience. There's interest and there's value in the admission fee.
Exactly. If you even look in the center where like the biggest sponsors are, there's one that says 6.
Yes, there is one that says 6. Yes, it's because there's not a there's no logo pasted over it yet.
Oof. Yeah, this map does not look good, man.
Yes, so especially now that the
telling, dude, it's telling.
Exactly. I mean, let's see. You know what? I think I'm kind of like, oh look, All-Star Cards and Collectibles also bought an entire section.
Yeah,
I'm kind of tempted to count how many available tables there are versus how many are taken, just to get a ratio. But I'm not going to do that on the.
No, and we're not ragging on them. We want to be clear. We're rooting for them. There's some stuff where
constructive criticism,
right? And it's also kind of a part of why we did. There were other constraints that stopped us, but
yeah,
we were like, most people are like, "Are you excited for Hobby Slam, guys?" And we would just be like, "We'll wait and see."
Well, it's like, dude, let's be honest, dude. It's like, okay, for the price that they're asking for those tables, our odds of making that money back, we're probably going to lose money working the show. $300 for a table, and it's like, well, I don't know how much foot traffic is going to be there. I don't think it's packed, especially when there's that many empty tables. So there you go. Vendor hesitance.
Yeah,
because
I've heard that from other people, man.
Yeah,
and vendor hesitance.
Well, and it's like we asked some of the people there that we asked some people who vended there. We asked some people who attended, how was the show? How did it go? And nobody went, oh my God, I made a killing.
Yeah.
Everybody said, it was all right. Did okay. And it's like, well, for $300, we can't just do okay.
Right.
We got to have some foot traffic. So, yeah. Oh, look, there's a designated trade zone.
Which I don't mind. I like that. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because then one thing you see a lot is people doing trades at tables, and that's not a good look, because then it's like, well, you're distracting from the vendors now, and now it's a hangout spot and people can't see. So that is good. It's good. I like that. It's a duty-free zone.
Exactly.
Well,
we'll see. We'll get more of a clear picture this week, and
hey, we could be surprised. We could be pleasantly surprised, and I hope they do well. My projections are on the low end, is all.
Yep. Well, let's we'll wrap it up by talking about the shows coming up in September. In Florida. Now, we're not going to do Fort Lauderdale Card Show in September.
No, but we're
will
be
October, November, and December.
That's
guys.
right.
So we will be down there for those months. The one that we're going to be going to the first weekend is the Villages Sports Card Show.
Okay, the Villages, huh?
Yeah.
DUI capital of the world.
Yep, and hopefully there will be some good stuff there. We're not going to be a vendor.
No, we will be attending.
But we will be attending. Maybe the next one will be a vendor. I'd be interested because Yeah, if you're not familiar, the Villages is like the largest retirement community in the whole country.
Oh yeah.
It spans like 4 different counties or something crazy.
Right.
3 maybe.
Right. It's like how Orlando has its own zip code kind of thing, or it's like own entity. The Villages is basically its own city.
Yeah, Disney has its
Or
own.
Disney, I mean, yeah.
So the Villages is like a retirement. It's weird. It's like its own place within places.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of old people there, hopefully with some pretty good vintage stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's one I'd be interested in checking out, but it's I think it's a little far. I think it's like 2 hours, but that would be the Rockledge Space Coast card show.
Oh, cool. It's over by Cape Canaveral.
Yeah, it's near Titusville, I think.
Nice.
So that's
that
like
is a
2.5.
drive.
That's like 2.5. Then at the end of the month, the Apopka card show.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have that Lake Mary card show, which I would be interested in, but
Yeah.
that's that weird one where the map keeps trying to send us into a neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like at a church in a neighborhood, and
Uh-huh.
the GPS does not know where we're talking about.
What was the one that was at that hotel that we went to?
That was the Ocala card show.
That was Ocala. That's right. I like that one. That one looked really good. It was nice and small, nice and personal.
Yeah.
But
it was, people didn't want to make deals with us.
yeah. That's
And
the
there
vendors,
was, you
bro.
know what was interesting about that show? There was coin people there.
There was a coin guy. Yeah.
Yeah. There was 1 or 2 coin guys there.
And they also had an artist table too. Remember the guy with the peg and strings? He was doing the Pokemon and stuff like that. I like seeing that kind of variety. It's more of like you see that kind of stuff at like anime conventions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that would be a good one. And then at the end of September, there's one in St. Augustine.
St. Augustine. Oh, that'll be a cool one.
I want to go to that one.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. That's like an hour away, hour and a half or something.
Yeah. And St. Augustine's a cool town. So
exactly,
that's
we can
the
make
oldest city in America, for those who don't know.
Yep, and it's man, the St. Augustine is so cool. If you don't know about it, just do a little Googling, man. We got to make that an entire trip. You got to go to the fort. The fort is awesome.
The fort, there's Church Street, there's
the graveyard,
Henry Flagler College there, Flagler College, which is the old hotel.
The restaurants are awesome, man.
It's a great time.
Yeah, super historic area. It's so cool.
So that's where we'll be. We'll be at the Villages show. I'm gonna try to go to the Space Coast show. I don't know though, because of how far it is. We'll see.
It's a tough one, man, because we got to make it a day trip, you know?
Yeah, and then the St. Augustine for sure, September 30th.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll be at those shows, guys. That was it. That's all we got to talk about today.
It was a good one, interesting stuff. So we'll see what happens. See what happens with Hobby Slam and Leaf and a lot of tentative things.
Yeah, things are shaking and moving. It's an exciting time to be in the hobby.
That's right. Never a better time than right now.
Yeah, and guys, listen, hear me out. If you like this show, down below is that little thumbs up button. Hit it. It helps us out. It means you like the video. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell. You'll be notified every time we go live. We post a video. We're always doing stuff. In our description is the link tree. Click there. You'll see links for our eBay, our ComC store, our Instagram, YouTube, all of that. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram at 2,000 followers, guys. We're doing a giveaway.
That's right.
It's really easy.
Free stuff.
And we post all the time. Say what's up. Say hello. If you have any questions or whatever, feel free to DM us, guys. We do really appreciate it. Danny, do you have anything you would like to add?
Guys, just make sure you check out our eBay store, check out our ComC, look at our cards because we got stuff that you want and we have the best prices. We can't say it enough. We cut out the competition. That's our secret.
Yeah, I'll tell you our secret, guys. We literally go on eBay. We look at price listed lowest to highest. and then we go like 25 cents below the lowest guy.
With
Okay.
this one single trick, eBay sellers hate us.
Yeah, for this one simple trick, eBay sellers say exactly.
Check it out, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. We will